Diagnosing the emergency mode. Greetings. I am the architect of new reality. Today, we are conducting a deep diagnostic of your motivation system. Have you noticed a strange bug in your firmware? When your boss sets a task with a tight deadline, you might procrastinate until the very last second, but at the critical moment, you experience a massive surge of energy. You do in one night what should have taken a month, and the result satisfies everyone. You think to yourself, unbelievable. If I worked on my own goals like that, I'd be ruling the world by now. But as soon as you try to apply this assault method to your personal projects, the system stalls. The engine won't start. Why? Because you are accustomed to running on emergency power. Your energy is only released under the sensor of the self-preservation instinct when there is a threat of punishment or firing. But in your technical passport, there are 3 more nuclear reactors that are currently blocked. Today, we are removing those seals. April 17th is the time to update your operating system. The science. For system drivers, let's look at the technical documentation of human consciousness. Harvard psychologist David McClelland proved back in the last century, each of us has an innate biological need to act in 3 vectors. I call them instincts because they are hardwired into our DNA. The first is the achievement instinct. This is your reaction to the stimulus of novelty. It's that same childhood curiosity that drives you to explore the world. The second is the power instinct. This is the pleasure derived from knowing your action produced an effect on the environment. Remember a child hitting a table with a spoon. They aren't happy because of the noise, but because of the realization, I struck it and the world responded. These are the seeds of reality management. The third is the affiliation instinct, or contact. The need to be in resonance with other living beings. And the fourth is the self-preservation instinct, a reaction to pain and threat. The problem is that during the process of social firmware installation, the first 3 instincts were labeled as inconvenient. Your curiosity was called impudence, your drive for influence was called despotism. Ultimately, the Matrix's security system repolarized your instincts, turning them into 3 basic fears. Defect analysis. Why the system is breaking. Let's examine the first bug. The fear of failure. Research by Smith and Burney showed that this fear is implanted by parents who set excessively high standards while simultaneously broadcasting doubt in your abilities. You must be the best, but we know you're incompetent. Consequently, if you don't get an immediate result, the brain cuts the power to the project to avoid the pain of criticism. You avoid medium difficulty tasks. You take on either trifles or impossible missions to justify failure by the task's complexity. The second bug. The fear of rejection. This stems from the affiliation instinct. In childhood, your life depended on your mother. If she rejected you for expressing your will, you learned to suppress yourself to remain convenient. Now, in adult life, the presence of other people doesn't charge you, it paralyzes you. A 1978 study on swimmers proved that people with a fear of rejection swim slower in a team because they fear letting others down. Your body literally slows down under the social gaze. The third bug. The fear of weakness. This is a perverted power instinct. You are afraid to show uncertainty in a new venture because, in your code, beginner equals weakling. You choose unpretentious but clear roles just so no one sees your confusion. This drives many to substance abuse. It temporarily disconnects the cerebral cortex and creates an illusion of strength until the system finally crashes. Unlock protocol. The achievement instinct. As the architect, I tell you, instincts cannot be switched on by willpower. You cannot command yourself. Be curious. You must create conditions where the reactor starts itself. Step 1. Working with cognitive tension. Curiosity rises in the gap between what you already know and what you don't yet understand. This triggers a dopamine release. Start writing down questions about your goal. How is this structured? What do those who are already there know? Don't look for answers immediately. Just hang these questions in your field of consciousness. Your attention will naturally start attracting the necessary pixels from reality. Step 2. Changing task status. Move the project from the life-changing goal category to the experiment category. A goal can be failed, but an experiment cannot. Any outcome of an experiment is valuable data. When you are testing a hypothesis, your psyche stops seeing the task as a threat. Tension drops, energy rises. Practices and matrix fixation. Step 3. Dopamine pulses. Give yourself 15 minutes a day to play with a new topic without any obligation. No goals, no piss. Just contact. A child doesn't study a room, they play in it. Reclaim your right to play. Step 4. Physical monitoring. Start observing your body. Curiosity is a physical arousal, an acceleration of thoughts, a light heat. Catch these states. This is the achievement instinct working in miniature. Step 5. Priority of interest over discipline. If your brain wants to start writing a book from Chapter 5, start with Chapter 5. Discipline is a crutch for those with an empty tank. Interest is jet fuel. Give your innate search activity freedom. It is vital to understand. You are not a weak-willed person. You are a blocked system. Your energy has simply been redirected to serve other people's deadlines. Realizing this fact is already 50% of the unlocking process. You are not to blame for your procrastination, it is a consequence of faulty social firmware. But now you have the keys. In my full lecture, The Productivity Formula, we conduct a layer-by-layer cleanup of these barriers. I break down the 5 conditions under which the desire to act becomes your default setting. You will no longer need to force yourself, you will literally want to get to work. The link to this update is in the first comment and in the Telegram bot. I am the architect of new reality. My task is to return the control of your biomechanism to you. Right now, write the code in the comments. Energy accepted. This will fix your choice in the event sequence of April 17th. It's time to exit survival mode. It's time to become the operator.